Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the United Star. Today, we're going to talk about how Manchester United can line up without the likes of Anthony Martial and Edinson Cavani. As you all know, Martial has picked up a red card against Tottenham Hotspur, and Cavani is not available for the Newcastle game because of quarantine rules. This leaves us with an opportunity to try different formations and pick up a new shape or try different players in a position. The way we see it, there are four options Manchester United can deploy. The first option is to continue with a 4-2-3-1 formation with Mason Greenwood moving into his natural position as a striker. This is an interesting opportunity because fans have been crying out to see Mason play that role, and it would be a natural progression for him to try it out in the Premier League and see how he flourishes in that role. This would mean that Rashford would hold his position on the left and probably Dan James would have to come in on the right. This means that Man United would have a little more pace going forward and might have even the opportunity to play some hold up play because Mason Greenwood has those abilities where he is able to hold play up, as we saw during the Carabao Cup game where he held play up and that led to Rashford's goal. The second option for Man United is to maintain again the 4-2-3-1 with Marcus Rashford playing strike. He did this role last season quite brilliantly when Anthony Martial was injured and we had no other options. This means that Marcus Rashford will take up that role. He is not the best when it comes to playing with his back against the goal, but it could be our best option going forward because of the lack of resources. What this then means is that Mason Greenwood holds his place on the right and Dan James probably comes in on the left. Now, this is another interesting avenue to explore because Dan James through the left is also a player who is a good option to take because he gives us the width. And for Wales, when he plays on the left, he seems like a much better player than he plays on the right. The other thing to consider is that during the start of last season, he played some of his best football from the left where he got a couple of goals as well. So that's not the worst thing to happen for Dan James and Man United for us to have Dan James in his natural position. Option number three for us is to get in Odion Igalo. So what this would do is again hold the 4-2-3-1 formation with Odion Igalo playing up top along with Mason Greenwood holding his spot on the right and Marcus Rashford on the left. Now this is something I'm least keen on because it really breaks the shape of the team in the sense that Igalo cannot move around as Martial used to, and the front three will become stuck in their positions. That switching will not be possible. Furthermore, Igalo doesn't have the pace either, and he's looked very rusty since the Europa League last season. He's not looked himself because he has not had enough game time. He's not to blame for it, but at the end of the day, it could hamper our goal scoring ability because we've anyways found it hard to break teams down, and Igalo could be a problem in that sense. However, Igalo does have some abilities to hold play up, and if we use him almost as a false nine that holds play up like Bobby Firmino does for Liverpool and allows Rashford and Martial to run in behind him, it could be a useful tactic and that strategy could be deployed as well, and it might work in the sense that Rashford will be unleashed with his pace and he won't have to face his back towards the goal, and Greenwood of course will play in his natural position. The fourth one is, I think, what United fans might be very excited about, and it is something that we could explore, is a change in formation. We could play a 3-5-2 with a back three of, if Eric Bailly is fit, Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, or if Eric Bailly is not fit, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, with the right or Luke Shaw, with the right wing back being Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Alex Telles making his debut on the left. Then that gives us the opportunity to play a midfield three of Paul Pogba, Donny van de Beek and Bruno Fernandes, which all fans have been wanting to see, and it allows us to play a front two of Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford. Now this is the closest we can get to having a striker and a centre forward play because Mason can hold play up to an extent and Rashford can run off him. This reduces the necessity for Rashford for his back to be facing the goal because he can be the man who makes the runs and Mason can take in the balls, control them because his control is genuinely pretty good and he can dribble as well and his shot outside the box is quite fantastic. So this allows us to do two things. It allows us to try a new formation in 3-5-2 with Alex Telles making his debut, and also allows us to explore the option of playing Van de Beek, Pogba and Bruno in midfield together and seeing how it works. More than that, it gives us the chance to again play Mason in his more natural position and allows us maybe to play our best available 11 on the day, because at the end of the day, if you think about it, the option of playing Igalo or James is inferior than starting Donny van de Beek and Alex Telles. So this formation of 3-5-2 will allow us to play the best possible 11 on the day, and will allow us to see the midfield three of Van de Beek, Pogba, and Bruno as well as allow us to see how Telles does in a 3-5-2 system, because it is something that we might use in Champions League games. So it might be a good practice session as well for the PSG game, that which Cavani will be fit for, and in that then we might have more flexibility. So let us know what you all think, guys, in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you all with a lot more content. Thanks for watching.